So today we're going to talk about how critical the interview process is and making sure that you're asking the types of questions in the interviewing process that can really ensure that you're avoiding a bad hire. And bad hires can cost you more than you think. Any interview has two critical outcomes. You want to assess the technical fit of the candidate, and you want to assess the cultural or team fit. I'm going to focus today on really the cultural and team fit versus the technical fit. So related to cultural and team fit, the two things that are absolutely critical to assess are drive and commitment level. Those are two things that you absolutely cannot teach. There's a lot of things that you can teach anybody that you hire. Drive and commitment are two things you cannot teach. People either have them or they don't. So you want to ensure that when you're preparing your interview questions, that in addition to the technical questions that you are going to utilize as part of the process, that you're also including questions that are specifically going to address whether or not the candidate that is in front of you is a cultural and team fit. Some example questions would be figuring out, well, let's see, some example questions would be, what did you find initially interesting about this job? So you want to really determine, what does the candidate know about the company? Have they done their research? Is the company's product something, or service, is that something that's really of interest to them and something that they can be passionate about and care about? Another question that would be valuable to ask is, has there ever been a time when your workday was over but your tasks weren't finished? What did you do? You really want to assess that drive. If somebody is really an internally driven person, they are not going to be able to go home unless they have their stuff done. And that's really the kinds of questions that you want to incorporate into your interviewing process so that you can assess the candidate's ability to really be successful in the role. Another good question would be, how do you pick up the slack if a coworker doesn't finish a task? Really, giving a hypothetical situation and having the candidate walk through how would they react in that sort of situation. Really, you want to understand, based on these types of questions, does the candidate care about your company? Do they really have an interest in the company, or are they just showing up for the paycheck? Did they do their research and prepare for the interview? That shows you the caliber of worker that they're going to be. Are they going to prepare? Is it in their nature to go above and beyond and make sure that they're making a good impression, that they are prepared in any situation? You also want to ensure that they're dedicated to their own success and the success of their employer. Are they going to do whatever it takes? Are they clock driven, I want to punch in, punch out, or are they really going to show up, game on every day, and do what it takes to get the job done? That's the kind of people that you want on your team. Utilizing these types of questions are going to really help ensure that you're assessing the commitment level, problem-solving skills, and it doesn't take that much extra time, but I guarantee you it's going to save a lot of time on the back end. Just a couple of statistics here about disengaged workers. The annual cost of low productivity due to disengagement, conservatively expressed, is $300 billion in the United States. And according to a study, compared to disengaged employees who were the most committed to their organizations gave 57% more effort and were 87% less likely to resign. Yet during the downturn of the last couple of years, engagement levels among top performers fell more sharply than for workers overall. And engagement starts with happier team members who really match the positions, not only for the skill, but also for the culture. So in your interviewing practices, be sure that not only are you assessing the technical aptitude of the candidate, but you're also incorporating questions in there that are going to ensure whether or not these candidates are going to be the best match for your team and avoid a bad hire. Thank you.